I know that so many of you are struggling to work out what theme to have your wedding, how to incorporate your theme into your wedding, and all of these similar questions. I'm getting asked them in my Facebook group, and this week I'm going to answer them. We've got a 2-part video series to answer all your questions on theme. So let's dive in. Hello lovely couples and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern couple. So if you haven't already guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me over on Instagram at Bluebird_creative and also over on TikTok. Now I am creating videos and reels and TikToks and all the things of our real weddings, more extra tips for you guys and a lot of behind the scenes, especially over on Instagram and on stories, so you can follow along on what we get up to on the day to day. Anyway guys, let's dive into this week's video, which is the part 1 on wedding themes, and we're going to be talking about different types of wedding themes and how to actually choose the right wedding theme for you. So let's go. So let's start off with talking about the different types of themes that you could be incorporating into your day. Now, I'm not going to turn around and go, oh, there's the green and white theme. Those are trends, and I am doing a 2023 and 2024 wedding trends video soon. So that one is coming. But we're going to talk about the different types of themes. So bear with me and I'll explain. So I've got 8 different types of themes that you might want to incorporate into your wedding day, and these can be tweaked to be specific to you and your partner. So one of the themes might literally just be really simple, and it might be a colour palette. So for example, you might go for rusts, burnt oranges. You may go for a solely white colour palette. You may decide that you want the greens and whites. You may decide that you want colour pop and you just want loads of bright colours, and you might choose a selection of maybe 4 to 5 colours that you want to incorporate into your wedding design. So colour can really be a theme. You don't have to incorporate all these other details that we're going to discuss. You could simply just choose a colour and bring that through into the day. And in the part 2 of this series, I'll be talking about where you can actually start incorporating these details into your day. Number 2 would be texture, which also kind of encompasses print and different materials. So you may decide that you absolutely love the rattan and seagrass trend, so you might want to be incorporating that into your day. You might decide that there's a print that you absolutely love and you want to pull that into your day. Or possibly it's types of materials. So maybe you love velvet and you just want to be pulling that into your day, or maybe silks, cottons, linens, wools, whatever it might be, you might want to be pulling that in. So think textures, colours, patterns. That could be something really, really simple. Perhaps it's just floral styling. I don't mean in just the flowers, but I mean a floral print. Perhaps that's just going to start making its way through into your wedding design. Number 3 would perhaps be a destination or a country. So maybe you lived in Bali for a few years and you want to incorporate that into your wedding design. Perhaps you met in Bali and that's why you want to pull it in. Perhaps you just have a favourite country that really means a lot to you and you want to pull elements of that in. Perhaps the venue sings out to be slightly more, let's say, Mediterranean, and therefore you want to pull those vibes into your style and your theme. Do you see where I'm going with this? It doesn't have to be special to you. It could just work with the design. It could just be something that you love. Perhaps Greece is somewhere you love and you want to be pulling in citrus fruits and olive trees, etc. So you don't have to just choose a country that's special to you. It could just be a case of you love it or it fits with the venue. Next one is hobbies, guys. So perhaps you are a football fan. I'm not here for this one, I'm just going to say. But perhaps you want to pull that into your design. I know somebody that actually did pull football into their wedding design, and their table plan was different footballs with the guests' names written on it. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. If football isn't your thing, then perhaps it's music. So for example, myself and my husband, our theme was vintage, shabby chic. It was on trend at the time, okay? It was on trend at the time. And also music. Now, we met through music. My husband was my drum teacher. We sort of our relationship was built on us going to gigs and seeing bands. So all our table names, for example, were our favourite bands and the gigs that we'd been to, and music was a massive part of our day. So that was essentially our theme. So perhaps music, perhaps it's going for walks and hiking and you want to pull that into your day because you love hiking and you go and do all the mountains. Perhaps you're really crafty or you're a calligrapher. I don't know, whatever it might be, whatever your hobby is, you might want to start pulling that into your design in some way or other. Next might be your pets. Now, I see this a lot, and we have had this a lot this year with our couples. They pull their pets into their design. Now, it might not be the overriding theme because I think that might be slightly odd, but they do pull it into the details, and we will talk about the details on part 2 of this video. But essentially, pulling your pet into some of the details is definitely like a semi-theme, or like a what would like a tear down from the top theme. Am I even making sense? People do it, it works, it's kind of cool, it's cute, I like it, I'm here for it. The next one I'm going to kind of encompass in the word vibe. Okay, so the theme might be vibe in terms of what vibe do you want to evoke? Do you want a luxury vibe? Do you want a relaxed vibe? Do you want a modern vibe, urban vibe? Do you want a festival vibe? Do you want a rustic vibe, vintage vibe? Do you catch my drift, guys? Yeah, so you could literally just sit onto one of those and roll with it and pull your design and your theme together based off of that. Next one is interior trends. That might actually be your theme. So perhaps you're really into interiors, you've got a specific style that you've decorated your house, for example, and you kind of want to emanate, I think that's a word, that into your wedding design. I love this kind of theme, and I actually use this a lot when I'm designing for couples. I look at trends, I also look at I encompass actually when I'm designing for my couples basically all of the things that we're talking about, and I pull them all together for a client. But interior trends I love to pull through into my designs because it just gives it another notch and it's great. So it might be something that you want to do. And finally, the last one is couple details. So for example, like I mentioned, me and my husband, we kind of met and our relationship grew through music. So that might be something that you want to pull in as the couple details. It might be a case of all the countries that you've visited in the time that you've been together. You might want to encompass all the pets that you've had. I've had a couple that their theme kind of sat around all the boats that the groom had owned. I know that's quite high end, but that was the theme that they went with. So we literally pulled that into the design and added it into certain places. So hopefully you catch my drift on that. It's things that connect the two of you that people would see throughout the day and go, oh, that's so Jane and Tom. I love that. That's so them. And things that make your guests think of you and know that that's what you guys are like or what you love or whatever. So that would be a really lovely theme to pull into your theme design style. So let's talk about how to actually choose the theme. Now, first of all, if you haven't got a Pinterest board yet, why not? You need a Pinterest board, okay? Pinterest is just great to brain fart all your thoughts, feelings, and what you're thinking for your wedding design. So literally just start pinning, okay? Just to kind of then have a look at what you're pinning and go, oh, well, I'm clearly leaning into this. I think I've done a video on using Pinterest to start your wedding planning. So if I have, there's going to be a link that's going to come up for you now. If I haven't, I'll do one. So essentially, you want to create that Pinterest board so that you are looking and pulling in all the ideas, and you can kind of visualize and go, yes, I'm leaning into this, I'm leaning into that, I want urban, I want rustic, and so on. The next bit is the type of venue that you want. Now, you have to have an idea of the style and theme of wedding first before you pick your venue, but you want to make sure that they connect, guys, because you're not going to have high-end luxury modern in a barn, okay? So we want these to connect, okay? Your venue will almost work as the backdrop for your theme. So if you've booked your wedding venue and then you start thinking about your theme, that's fine, but you want to make sure that it connects through to your venue. So perhaps that luxury modern vibe might not now sit with the barn, which is more rustic and relaxed. There's ways to elevate it, but hopefully you catch my drift. So those are the two main sort of key points that you want to do: venue, Pinterest, to kind of get an idea of what theme you are drawn to and which theme to choose. Then it's just going with your gut. I really am kind of a gut person, guys, and I think that looking through all the different themes and the possibilities, you're going to know which one you're drawn to and which one sits best with you and which one you feel could really work for your day, because you're gonna literally lean into it and go, well, I want to do that. So hopefully this video gives you a few ideas and you'll come away and go, I know exactly what I want to do, or you'll write down some of these options and then it will be clear for you guys. Don't overthink it. It does not need to be complex. It does not need to be complicated. Just go with what your gut says, lean into something. If it's just a colour, that is amazing. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm really looking forward to doing part 2 where we're going to talk about these different themes and where in your wedding and your design you might want to incorporate them. So guys, until next week, have a fab week. I'll see you on the next one.